Alright guys, we are All right, let's get this party started. How y'all doing? I am Jerome Scott Smith, theater teacher here at Hopewell High School, and I'm so excited to be here and really welcome you guys to our show. You know, things have changed a whole lot in this world. You know, we cannot do our performances on stage like we used to. And all the clips that you saw before we started that's all the stuff we used to do. So now we're in a different space, a completely different space, and so we have to do things a whole lot different. And so today I want to introduce you to our play, The Bow Wow Blues, and I want to talk about why we're doing this radio theater kind of thing. Radio theater, it just lends itself to the kind of things, the kind of work that we can do in a safe place, right? We can't be on stage, we can't be in class, and so what we had to do was figure out, okay, how we're gonna still do theater, but in a way that we can still have interaction, still create characters, and tell a story. And so this is all about telling stories in a different way. And we just have to be creative. And so what we've done with this class is if this is our final project. This is my Theater 1 class. Now they're mostly actually all freshmen, all right? And I just had these guys right out of middle school. I've been working with them. As a matter of fact, I want to introduce you to a couple of the cast members who are on a Zoom call. If you guys can go ahead and wave your hands and tell them hi. That is the most. These are awesome. These kids are awesome. They really are. We have so much fun with this show, and we are so excited to share this with you. Before we get started, we got a couple things. We have some of the students who are going to talk about the class as it relates to just being in a theater class virtually, right? And also not just a virtual theater class, but how do we communicate with each other, right? And so we got three students who are going to talk about that. For me, it's all about the experience you have, right? It's one thing to do things on a worksheet, but it's another thing to really experience those things in real time and real with real conversations and things of that nature. So they're going to talk about that. And then finally, at the end of this, we're going to have about the play. Our student, Caleb Leak, is going to talk about the play. But one thing I want to talk about is what is radio theater? Radio theater has its place in the 1940s and 50s. Actually, before that, 20s, right? Radio was one of the first forms of communication media that we had. It was before TV. It was way before the internet. If you think about it, a radio theater piece is almost like a podcast, okay? So that's why I want you to understand. You're not going to see the actors, you're going to hear the actors. So what we had to talk about was how to make everything so that the audience can really understand the story in an auditory way, so you can hear things, okay? So what you're going to see, you're going to see one picture, but you're going to hear a lot, okay? So this is how they used to do it in the old days, okay? One of my students said, you mean like in the 1980s? No, we're talking about the 1930s, the 1920s, okay? When this kind of radio was really the only source of entertainment they had, that first sort of media. So the families would gather around in the evenings and listen to the stories like The Shadow and The Lone Ranger. As a class, we listened to some of these things. War of the Worlds was another one we really listened to. So as you're watching today, just close your eyes and listen, okay, to what you're going to experience, because it's all about the sound you're going to hear. All right, without further ado, I am going to take this over to my students, and we're going to get to our virtual, our radio play, the Bow Wow Blues. Enjoy.
Hi, it's Micaiah, and I'm going to talk about 2 to 3 things I have enjoyed while being in theater. I really like my classmates. They're really funny. My classmates are funny, and I got to make new friends, so that's cool. I also love being in a play. That's cool. Hi, it's Micaiah, and I'm going to talk about 2 to 3 things I have enjoyed while being in theater. I really like my classmates. They're really funny. My classmates are funny, and I got to make new friends, so that's cool. I also love being in a play. That's cool. This is not my first time being in a play, but getting to interact with my classmates and getting to know my classmates better while making the play. It's Bow Wow Blues. It's been great. It's been real fun. And what else do I like? Mr. Smith is really funny. He is a funny guy. I really like Mr. Smith. He is super funny and super cool and laid back. Yeah, that's what I like about this class. I'm gonna miss it. So, peace.
What I like about theater class these past 9 weeks is that the acting is really funny. It's hilarious to me. I like how we communicate. I like how it's a very hyperactive class.
Hi, hello, I'm Sarah, and this is my fake plant. I thought I should introduce the plant. I'm gonna talk about this class. Now, this class is super fun. It would have been more fun if it wasn't on virtual. There's only so much you can do on virtual learning, and there's only so much you can learn in 9 weeks. I think my favorite thing from this class was our dialogues, not like the final play, because I don't really like radio plays, I feel like an actual production would have been better, but then again, we can't do it because of remote learning. The dialogues were super fun. We got little mini projects to do. We learned about Roman theater and where theater started. We had to make Instagram accounts for our characters. That was super fun. I liked that. It's just super fun, There's some things about this class you may not like. I didn't like some of the warm-ups or some of the videos we had to watch or some of the little projects we had to do. I didn't like the amount of work, which it wasn't a lot, but in the very beginning it was. I didn't like the scavenger hunt. There's just stuff that we did that I didn't like, but overall, I think the good kind of outweighs the bad in this class. I would recommend it to someone, so.
Hello, everybody, and more of stole from banks, shot off a gun once or twice, and then left town. These types of gangsters were always chased by cops and always sometimes captured. Now, you might be thinking, this is just a story about gangsters? Cool. Yeah, you might be thinking about the type of gangsters we see now, as in guys who are sagging in their pants, wearing gold chains and rings, and
having hats turned around backwards and gang signs. No, these are not the type of gangsters. These type of gangsters are, as in the Bonnie and Clyde type, more professional, wearing very expensive suits. Sorry, I couldn't get the word out. Very expensive suits, and having girlfriends or wives who are wearing flapper dresses, and having a whole recruits kinda of partners. Thank you. Enjoy Bala Blues. You'll never catch us, copper.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Hopewell's Radio Network's Gangster Theater. Now, these aren't the kind of gangsters you kids think, with drooping trousers, long t-shirts, and golden necklaces on men, but real gangsters like your grandparents heard of, but hopefully never saw. These are Bonnie and Clyde gangster driving 1939 sleek black cars wearing zoot suits and shiny leather shoes, strutting around with pretty girls in long pearls and flapper dresses. But before we begin this week's episode of Gangster Theater, a word from our sponsor, Power Case.
Tired of the same old creamer? Your coffee need a lift? Your tea too tangy? Try Happy Dairy's new creamer, Giggling Ginseng. That's right, Giggling Ginseng is made with 100% natural ginseng. Giggling Ginseng will give you a giggling feeling every time you have a cup. Just stir it all up and then Giggling Ginseng in your first cup of coffee. And feel the difference. Happy Dairy's Giggling Ginseng in the dairy aisle. From your favorite dairy, Happy Dairy. Happy Dairy's motto, Happy Dairy, where even the cows are happy to hang out.
Moo.
And now for today's episode of Gangster Theater.
Today's episode of the Bow Wow Blues. The story so far, Joe and Motley Team 2, Stanky and Burley have been hitting all the banks in eastern Missouri. The year is 1923, the Dust Bowl days have passed. There are no crops and no money, but what little money is left, the Witty Gritty Grain has stolen. From town to town, the Witty Gritty Grain has cleaned out all the banks. Even the old lady pocketbooks that were sweet enough to get them a cup of coffee and piece of a pie. We catch up with our rough characters in Mavis Diner, a greasy spoon with 20 miles from Sedalia.
What'll it be, Smithy? The usual?
Mavis, go ahead and wait on them fellas over there. I'm in no hurry, but these fellas look like they're starving.
Thanks, doll. You're such a gentleman. I'll take care of our guests first. Thanks.
More cream, Miss Mavis, honey. Yeah, here's to you, Stinky. Fast thinking out that river road from KC. One more bank in Sedalia, then we're heading home to Chicago.
Thanks, boss. But what about Geraldine? Shouldn't we wait for her?
Nah, she'll catch up. She shouldn't have gotten out of the car back in KC. And she shouldn't look through her power room. I bet she could have waited until Warrensburg.
Yeah, boss. That'll teach her.
Stinky, you ain't always right. Sometimes we women just need to freshen up a bit, that's all. You men don't know everything.
What'd you say, Chloe?
Chloe, you better watch your supper. Pretty soon Joe said we'll be the next baggage left behind. Nothing, Joe. Chloe didn't say nothing. There's your cream, Joe, darling. You know how much you like your coffee with cream.
Yeah, You keep your mouth shut too, Shirley, or the two of you will be the next baggage left behind.
That's telling them, boss.
Well, Harrison, this looks like a cozy spot to sit a spell.
Yes, sir. It reminds me of my mom's kitchen back in Boise, Idaho. Checkered tablecloths and Grinch ham window curtains, except my mom's kitchen wasn't so dingy.
How many times do I have to tell you? You don't have to call me sir. We're partners.
Hello, gentlemen. What do you have?
Well, ma'am, we'll have eggs, toast, coffee, and cream, please.
Ma'am, please. Nobody says ma'am or please around here. You must be from...
Lincoln, thank you.
Coming right up.
But, sir, you worked so hard teaching me to call you sir back at the police academy that it's a kind of hard to get out of my head, sir. You know, sir, I gotta admit, I'm sort of nervous. We're here. Finally. And they are...
Harrison, just keep in mind that you were assigned to me as a partner, not an assistant. Good morning, fellas. Nice day, isn't it?
Sure is, if you like nice days.
What a friendly fella. Have a coffee on us. You know how far it is from Sedalia from here?
Why, thanks, stranger. Yes, it's 20 miles from here to be exact.
Yeah, we would know. We've been following some nasty fellas, and I keep track of the miles we've been chasing them. Ouch! Sir, what did you kick me for?
Harrison, why don't you go out and check on the stray pooch we found?
What stray pooch? Oh, yeah. Right, sir.
So, mister, you find a stray dog, huh? I love strays. They're the best. They can take care of themselves. Don't need much love. Just a pat every now and then.
Let me introduce myself. I'm Harry Stone.
Nice to meet you. We from Chicago area.
Really, long way from home.
Sir, the dog's getting cold out here in the weather and all.
Your dog's cold. How you know, fella?
Shaking. A lot and all.
I hate to see dogs cold. Nothing sadder than a shivering hound. Huh, Burley?
Yeah, Joe. Except maybe a shivering dog. Hate to see a woman cold. It don't go along with their femininity and their girlishness. You think, boss?
Yeah, Burley. So this dog, you found him on the road from way here?
It's a her.
Huh?
No, I said her. He's a her.
What? How can she be a he?
No, Stinky. She's a her. Beautiful, long, furry legs and all.
How you know my name?
You told us when we first came in here. You too, Joe.
I did? I don't remember. Must have been because we haven't slept in a couple days. Because of traveling.
Yeah, the traveling. It'll do it to you.
Sorry, sir. There's a problem.
Problem? Maybe we can help. Bob, go with him.
I don't think so. Sir, the dog is hungry.
Not a problem. Harrison, ask Mavis if she has any scraps for it.
Sir, I don't think that will work. A steak would be better.
Steak. Joe, have you ever gave steak to a dog?
Or a stray? Mr. Stone, what kind of stray you have out there?
Oh, a beautiful one with long golden legs. Furry legs.
Mavis, yeah, steak. And you order one for the road.
Of course I got a steak. What do you think I'm running here? Some greasy spoon?
Well, yes.
Never mind him. A steak, please. Mavis, rare.
Coming right up. There, good enough for your stray.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Do you have any cherry pie?
Sure, fresh today.
Good. I'll take half. Half a piece? No, half the pie. For the stray.
A dog gets a half a pie? Harry, I gotta see your dog.
Harrison, run the food out to our pet. I'll be out in just a minute.
Right.
That Harrison, he's such a sucker for dogs. Bet you take care of all the abandoned dogs out on the farm in Idaho.
Idaho. I'm from Idaho. My pa was a potato farmer near Boise, but he don't farm no more 'cause of the borer worms.
Didn't know they had a boerworm problem in Idaho. Must have been pretty hard on her family. Stinky, you know the lady very long?
Mister, I know they're too long.
You know, Cheryl, that Harrison sure does look familiar, like I've known him or something.
Chloe, you ain't seen him before. You think everyone looks familiar just 'cause he's from Idaho. Don't mean you know him. What is that sound? You hear it? Come on, Chloe. I think we better go powder our noses if that's alright with you gentlemen.
Well, hurry, dolls, because we gentlemen need to get on the road soon.
Girls, have you got any Geraldine stuff with you? Your guy's dog's cold and I hate to see a shivering pup.
We got Geraldine's fur coat, but I kind of like it, and I thought that I would keep it for Geraldine, you know?
Let the dog lover have the coat, Chloe.
But Joe, it's Geraldine's, and
I what, Chloe? You wanted the coat, didn't you?
No, Joe. Chloe and I were just saying in the powder room that the coat looks so good on Geraldine. We hope that she catches up with us soon so we can give it back to her.
Your dog's howling, mister. I wonder why he's howling.
Because he's cold, Joe. He's cold and he's miserable and he's still hungry. That's all. So that'll be $3.50.
I'll pay for it, boss. You go ahead and finish your coffee.
So, Joe, why did you leave me behind?
Dana, how'd you get here?
You look terrible, Deanie.
You would too, Dopey, if you was left behind. But some sweet gentleman helped me out.
Fellas, the jig is up. You're under arrest. How did I do, sir?
Good work, Harrison. Cuff him.
I knew it. Your dog was pointing the finger at us, boss.
But Stone, I thought you had a dog in your car.
Tweren't no dog, Joe. It was me. I helped them.
But why, baby?
Because, Joe, you only care about two things in life. Cream in your blessed coffee and getting back home to Smoochie.
Smoochie?
Dana, how could you?
Because, Joe, there are a few more things important than one's Pekingese. Me, for one.
Boss, we been trying to hurry home for Pekingese. I thought that we had to get back quick to Chicago, hide the loot, and get invisible.
Okay, I'll admit it. I miss Smoochie. Ever since I seen that dog outside the farm and home at KC, I've missed my girl.
You mean this one in my purse? Oh my, I almost forgot about her. She's mine, Joe. She was abandoned, Joe. Some terrible person dropped this beautiful blonde Pomeranian in that horrible alley, like you dumped me. But now she's mine.
And mine, Miss Geraldine.
Right, honey. Ours. Then Sergeant Stone and Officer Harrison came along right after you sped off, splattering mud all over my Chanel dress, might I add, and rescued me. Face it, Joe, you got stiff this time.
Give in. Stan, Bob, we lost.
I got him, sir. Come on, fellas. Ma'am. Outside with y'all.
What? Oh, I never did like that Geraldine anyway. Mavis, honey, you can keep the silly fur coat.
We won't be needing it where we are going.
Thanks, Mavis. You're a gem.
Anytime, Harry. You know I'm yours. Hey, Fats, bring in Fanny.
What a great hound. You must have been whining long enough.
Here you go, girl. Have a steak. Hey, Harry, my dog Fanny threw off the robbers whether there was a dog or not.
Hey, Mavis. The phone's for Stone.
Thanks, Fat. Hello? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I see. I see. Stolen pooch. Yesterday from the farm and home in KC? Right, sir. Right away. Mavis, where's Harrison?
Let me look. Outside to a tree. There go the gangsters. And who's that running behind?
Help! Help! She's tied me to a tree.
It's Geraldine, carrying her puppy.
You mean Banker Paul J. Betty's pet Pomeranian Penny? Whisked from his arms yesterday during farm and home breaking? Better go untie Harrison. That Geraldine pretty crafty. Not only did she catch up with her guy, but she got her on Smoochie besides. See you next time, Mavis.
There Stone goes again. Sure hope he catches the witty gritty gang next time.
Will Sergeant Stone and Officer Harrison catch up to the witty gritty gang, or will they give up, sit down, and have the rest of their cherry pie with ice cream and early in the morning? Tune in tomorrow for another episode of Gangster Theater, brought to you by Gigglin' Jensen, the cream that gives that get up and gigglin' feeling.
This has been a production of the
Hopewell High School Radio Network.
These aren't the kind of gangsters you kids think was dropping trousers and long jean shirts and gold necklaces on men, but real gangsters, like your great-grandparents heard of, but...
Tired of the same old creamer? Your coffee need a lift? Your tea too tangy? Chloe. What, Chloe? You wanted the coat, didn't you?
Page 36, line 14. You told us when we first came in here. You too, Joe. Page 36, line 17. Sorry, sir. There's a problem. Page 37.
Mavis, go ahead and wait on the fellas over there. I'm in no hurry, but these fellas look like they're starving. So, Joe, why did you leave me behind? You would too, Dopey, if you was left behind. With some sweet...
Because he's cold, Joe. He's cold and he's miserable and he's still hungry. That's all. So that'll be $3.50. Number 11, page 41. Anytime, Harry. You know I'm yours. Hey, fast.
Page 33, line 8. Yeah, boss. That'll teach her.
I'm from Idaho. My pa was a potato farmer near Boise, but he don't farm no more because of the bollworms. Page 9, line 11.
Sir, I know they're too long. Page 38, line 12. Chloe, you ain't seen him before. You think everyone looks familiar just because he's from Idaho. Don't mean you know him.
The story so far, Joe and Molly Team 2, Stinky and Burry have been hit all the banks in eastern Missouri. The year is 1923, the Dust Bowl days have passed. There are no crops and no money, but what...
Well, thank y'all so much for awesome experience with us, and we hope to see you next time. This has been the Hopewell High School Theater Department. Take care.